How's it going, everybody? My name is B, and welcome back to Your Altcoins. Today, we're going to take a look at 3 altcoins that I believe are going to moon in February of 2018 based off of 2 factors. We're going to look at them on the fundamental basis, and we're going to look at them at the technical analysis basis. If that interests you, stay tuned. So I want to do this a little bit different than normal. What I want to do is, instead of just looking at the altcoins from a fundamental basis or simply looking at them from a technical basis, I'm going to wrap both of them into one and give you double reasons in this video of why you may want to invest in these coins on both a fundamental and a technical basis. Now remember, I'm not a professional analyst. Everything I'm talking to you about, I've taught myself over the period of time. So as always, double check what I'm talking about. Look for additional sources, find additional YouTubers, look for additional articles, get additional information, and then in the end, make your own educated decisions. So for each coin, we're going to take a look at the market cap, we're going to take a look at the fundamentals of it, and then we're going to take a look at the technical analysis of it, and then move on to our next coin. We're going to take a look at the coins in order of greatest market cap to smallest market cap. And the first one we're looking at is Stellar. Stellar, known as a ticker of XLM, 62 cents a coin, market cap of 11 billion, volume in the past 24 hours of $198 million, circulating supply of 17 billion, total supply of 103 billion. You can find this one on Upbit, Binance, Bittrex, Poloniex, Kraken, pretty much everywhere. This is one of the big coins, so you can find it on pretty much any exchange. This coin has been around since 2015. It was released on this website on August 5th, 2014. That's a long time ago. Didn't do a whole lot. Then again, the whole market didn't do a whole lot. XLM peaked and went up here in the beginning of May, early May. It jumped up to a market cap of 195 million and then exploded in November and December to a $700 million market cap and now sits at an $11 billion market cap. If we look at the past month, it reached a high of $16 billion market cap, trading at 91 cents. 92 cents. Dropped down in that January when altcoins and Bitcoin took a bit of a hit and the market took a hit, but relatively speaking, it's maintained its value very strongly during this lull in the cryptocurrency market. And with Bitcoin gaining steam and Ethereum gaining steam and the overall market cap gaining steam, we're at a market cap of 586 billion today, which is up from the 438 billion it was before. This coin has done very well in that time. As you can see, it's starting to go on an uptrend. Let's take a look at the coin itself. Stellar says to move money across borders quickly, reliably, and for fractions of a penny. Stellar is a distributed hybrid blockchain that is fully open source. It is infrastructure that exists to facilitate cross-asset transfers of value, including payments. With just one integration into the Stellar network, this is a network, you will join an open global financial network where all actors, be they people, payment networks, or banks, have equal access and economic participation. That sounds fantastic. Putting the people, the payment networks, and the banks all on equal footing. Build with Stellar. This is huge. Just want to point this out to you. Click on this. Stellar is an open source distributed payment infrastructure. Build affordable financial services. On top of the Stellar infrastructure, you can build financial services. Like I've said before, I'm very bullish on business-to-business coins at this point in the cryptocurrency market. If you are creating something that you're trying to sell to other businesses, that is huge. So here's a link to their software, including their API and their tools and libraries and documentation. Social links are down here. The roadmap is right here. Wallets, and here's a link on their developers. Stellar itself is a platform, much like Ethereum is a platform, and much like Neo are a platform. That's why this has had such a bull run in the past while to get to a market cap of 11 billion and a high of 16 billion. So that's the fundamental basis. Let's take a look at the technical analysis. So here we are with XLM. Let's zoom all the way out. I've got a bunch of different things going on here, and I'll try and talk you through them, but not in too much depth. I'll leave those for other videos as we move along. So here's XLM on the 1 hour chart. Every candle represents 1 hour in history. It wasn't doing a whole lot, and I started to count the Elliott waves here. 1, 2, big 3, a pullback to 4, and then to 5. And then we have a retracement of A, B, C. Now this right here, this increase, we can start it potentially as another Elliott wave of 1. Now remember, every single one of these candles represents an hour, which means we're naturally going to have a 2, and 2 cannot retrace more than 1. That's one of the rules of Elliott wave. And looking at the Fibonacci retracement, I expect it to get down to that 618 range. This is why I put this green box here. This is where I expect the price to get to. And then from there, go 3, 4, and then 5. If you want to buy into XLM, for example, you want to try and do so at a very good opportunity. So odds are it's going to retrace down to the 618. It might even go down between 618 and 786 on the Fibonacci retracement. So this is a very good buy zone. However, you're looking at a very big increase and a big green candle here. This might be a very short retracement. So keep an eye on this candle. See if it starts to go up over this red MACD line, which is the 55 moving average. If the price of XLM bull rushes up over the 55 moving average and stays up there on the 1 hour or on the 2 hour, that might be your buy-in opportunity using other indicators as well. For example, we look at the MACD right here on the MACD. If I'll draw it, XLM is switched over into a positive bull rush scenario. My only concern is this increase here, this increase right in here, this green candle, what's going on right here, is not having a whole lot of volume behind it, right? There's that green right down here, not a whole lot of volume behind it. So I'd still maybe wait, unless the volume picks up, like right here, you see the volume picking up? I'll draw it for you. Right here, the volume picked up, and right here, the volume picked up. But look, right here, not a whole lot of trade volume going on. If that volume picks up down here, and the green candle goes over the red line, the 55 moving average, good time to buy in to XLM. If not, wait for it to get down probably to the 618 range between 4,700 Satoshis and 4,400 Satoshis, maybe as low as 4,300 Satoshis. Probably a good place to get in on XLM. Again, keep an eye on the charts and watch them. Moving right along, we're going to check out our next coin, which is Icon. Market cap of only $3.4 billion compared to Stellar's $11 billion market cap. Icon is trading at $9.17, and while that high individual coin cost may dissuade people, again, 17% increase the past 24 hours, right? So regardless of whether you put in $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, doesn't matter how many coins you've bought, your investment went up 17% in 24 hours. Keep that in mind. 24-hour trade volume of $95 million, circulating supply of 380 million coins, total supply of 400 million coins. This coin is available on Binance and Huobi predominantly. If you look at the volume percentage, it's pretty much found on Binance, a little bit on Huobi, so Binance is your goal to buy Icon. This coin has been available since the 30th of October, a relatively young coin. Trading volume did not pick up until right here on the 18th of December. You can see the trade volume peak over $200 million on multiple occasions, including on the 24th of January. And now if you look at the 24-hour trade volume, it is curving up and the price is also curving up. And I'm going to show you why when we get to the technical analysis on this coin. So what is Icon? They're trying to hyperconnect the world. The Icon project is building one of the largest decentralized networks in the world. There's a video here. Check it out. The Icon network is trying to combine all of these industries: hospitals, e-commerce, banks, securities, universities, and insurance. They talk about their smart contract and blockchain ID. Smart contract is basically an if-then statement. If this occurs, then this happens. Decentralized exchange of payment. Scalability is a very important factor in today's economy because Bitcoin, for example, is very poorly scalable. So anything that is scalable is a beautiful buzzword to have. Here is a graph comparing Icon to Ethereum, EOS, and Bancor. Take a look at that in your own time. Here is their roadmap. A very important thing occurred of the roadmap just the other day. Right here, mainnet launch. This has happened. This occurred, I think, 2 days ago? 4 days ago. The mainnet has launched. The mainnet allows people to trade ICX tokens amongst themselves without having to use decentralized exchanges or regular exchanges. Very, very, very powerful. Here is their team. Take a look at that. Here's an FAQ. Take a look at that. So here's a medium from Icon talking about their mainnet. The mainnet launched a giant step towards achieving our vision, hyperconnecting the world. This is clearly exciting news. However, we want to remind you that this is only the beginning. dApps can now be developed on top of the Icon network. What is a dApp? It is basically open source software that is very, very scalable, built on the blockchain network. Blockchain applications built on the Icon network using the mainnet. So all this news is causing the recent surge in volume, the recent surge in price in Icon. But let's take a look at it from a technical analysis standpoint. So let's scroll all the way out. Here is Icon. Right here is the first day it appeared on Binance. You saw that spike that happens to coins every time they're on Binance. Huge trading volume, just absolutely massive trading volume when this thing came on Binance. Look at that, nuts. So I drew my Elliott waves as such. 1, 2, big 3, a 4, and the 5 hasn't yet occurred. Vertical line right here is a line of resistance that Icon has been trying to get past for some time. Multiple times the candles went above and retraced beneath it. It stayed above this resistance line for a little bit and then retraced back down. Right here, it spent a few hours above this resistance line, came back down. Right here, it went twice past resistance, but even on the hour, closed back down. And now you can see the price boosting through volume to try and get above this resistance. This green box is the target I want you guys to wait for. I mean, you could buy in right now. You could buy in right now. I wouldn't suggest it. I personally would wait until we have confirmation, and I mean some strong closing candles above this line of resistance. I'll give you the number range, in the 8,100 Satoshi range to the 8,400 Satoshi range. You want some strong candles to close up here. You don't want bearish candles that seem to be reverting back down. And you want some volume to prove that those bullish candles are going to be there and stay there. If this holds, you can expect the price to go up very, very strongly. Another thing we want to keep a lookout for is this resistance line. This resistance line can stretch all the way back to the inception of this coin on Binance. You can see that it touched the resistance line multiple times here. It started to go towards it, went up, touched it here, bounced back up, touched it here, bounced back up, went below it a little bit here. And then the main net was released. And then, I think right here is the main net releasing. Price jacked and then price dropped. People are like, oh, the main net's useless. We don't need it anymore. Screw the main net. Price drop, price drop, price drop, boom, went back up, and now you've got some volume pushing it up like this. This is the 1 hour chart. You can see the 4 MACD lines fanning out beautifully on a parabolic curve, showing you that there is some bullish move here. You can see the volume starting to pick up, not quite like where it was here, right here. If you're looking at this giant spike in volume, that was when the mainnet launched. Huge boost in price, mainnet launched, and then it went down. So you're starting to see some more natural volume here. The MACD is curving up very parabolically. What I want you guys to keep an eye on is this histogram. The histogram, light blue lines on the histogram mean the price is going up, The dark blue means the price is starting to go down, So keep an eye on this 1 hour MACD. Keep an eye on the volume. Keep an eye on this price. Once it gets up here, watch this MACD. If you see it dip, wait for it. And then if you see it curve back up, if you see the MACD come out of the red and into the green and curve back up and is doing so above the resistance line, that might be a good indication that we are going to break this and move above and beyond it so long as the volume is there. So that is a little bit of technical analysis on Icon X. I'm expecting it to grow from here, and especially through February. Once it hits that peak, once you guys can confirm using your own research that it has reached the number 5 on the Elliott wave peak, be prepared for a retracement period, unless there's some insane bullish volume. Be prepared for a retracement period, something like that. Not in that exact order, but there's usually a retracement period, ABC retracement period, after the number 5 wave in Elliott wave. Keep that in mind. So if you start to see the histogram change, if you start to see the MACD change, if the volume starts to drop off and it starts to go down, maybe sell out and wait to buy back into the lower position. Moving on to our third and final coin. This is a much smaller market cap. So if you're looking at this from an investment standpoint, there's a lot more vertical room to grow for this coin called Poet. I love Poet, and you'll soon find out why from a fundamental standpoint, and then we're going to look at it on a technical standpoint. Poet with a ticker of POE, trading at 9 cents a coin, market cap of only $206 million, 24-hour trade volume of $6 million, circulating supply of 2 bill, total supply of 3 bill. This coin is traded on Binance and KuCoin and a little bit on OKX, but pretty much it's a Binance coin. Again, I believe Binance registrations are open. This coin has only been out since September, so this is about as old as Icon. You saw some fantastic spikes in volume here on December 31st, and then here on January 6th, where it busted over $160 million in trading volume. It has since calmed down, and in that calm is where we may find some opportunity. What Poet is a blockchain solution to a problem that content creators online have. And that is who really owns your content. Whether that is video content on YouTube, whether that is podcast content on iTunes or something like that, whether that is something written in Medium, etc. So by timestamping your content and putting it on an immutable blockchain, it helps to show who has ownership of that creative content. I mean, people downloading and re-uploading YouTube videos on YouTube is a big problem and has been a big problem for some time. So you can create and issue licenses. Poet uses cryptography to give publishers and content creators the tools to automate the licensing process without relying on third parties. Choose from a pre-existing license or create your own terms and automate the payments, transfer, and issuance of licenses. So you create a piece of content, you can create a license on that content, and people can purchase that license from you using this network to allow them to use your content in their other content, like sub-using your content. If you are a publisher, this will generate immutable ownership certificates and improve eternal discoverability of digital creative assets. You own ownership of your digital creative asset. It is immutable because it's on a blockchain. If you're a journalist, make your content discoverable with transparent licensing terms to a global network of publishers. Upload the definitive version of your work and update it in real time with a metadata hash. Content creators access a database of published and unpublished content to curate and license automatically. Discover metadata and originating information about digital assets and ensure authorized use and proper attribution. You're a content creator. You're looking for a graphic. You're looking for a piece of music. You're looking for something, anything to add to your piece of content as a content creator. You can go onto this network and pay the proper attribution to use that in your own content. So whether you're consuming content and using content to add to yours, or you're creating these pieces of music, these pieces of art, whatever, it is a fantastic network. So on a fundamental basis, I am in love as a content creator with this platform and the problem they're trying to solve and what they're trying to accomplish. It's a beautiful website. Social links are there. Dev team is there. Roadmap is there. All the necessary information is here on Poet. So here is Poet on a 1 hour chart. And I want to show you a few things that interest me regarding this. So I counted the Elliott waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the retracement A, B, C. And that feels very strong to me. This is over the course of time. So the entirety of 2018. So the peak was in the beginning of 2018 all the way to now. There's a lot of data here to count these waves fairly clearly. Now, what we might be seeing here is a simple retracement until it's ready to go into the next step 1 of Elliott wave. When is the next step 1? I cannot tell you exactly. It depends on the volume and when people become interested. This may have started to be a wave 1, but didn't really go anywhere. If this is a wave 1, it's a super short wave 1 with a long wave 2 retracement. I don't think that's the case. What you're seeing here on the 1 hour chart is a fanning down of the MACD lines. Once you can confirm that the reversal order happens, so right now we're red, yellow, green, blue. When it goes blue, green, yellow, red, whenever there's an uptrend, like see right here, blue, green, yellow, red, whenever you have that confirmation, it may be the time to get in because you may be seeing a wave 1. Look at this massive green candle on the 1 hour. Bit of an increase in volume, interesting. Now, this blue line down here, I'll circle it right now, that I have not really talked about a whole lot. This blue line is the OBV. It is the on-balance volume. What that means, it's a sum. This line represents a sum of all the buying and all the selling going on in a day. So every single increment, this is 1 hour increments. You can look at it on the day increment. Look at that chart, jeez. This is the sum of all the buying and selling going on in the day. So if the lines are going up, that means more people are buying than selling. And if the lines are going down, that means more is being sold than purchased. So over the course of these days, it's been pretty steady right here in this range. You can see the numbers on the side of how much volume is being sold and bought. If we get out of this, the OBV has been steady right here. You can draw a straight line right here. Look at this line you can draw right here. Nice and straight. And yet, in that time, the price has been going down. So the OBV has been steady and the price has been going down. That shows me some divergence and shows me that you may see an uptrend in the price because of that divergence. So here is the daily MACD. You can see that it crossed over right here and has been going down. But the histogram started to trend bullishly, as you can tell by the tightening of the bands here, but it's been flat. Why has it been flat in the past few days? This is the daily chart. It's flat right here. Hence it continuing to go down, which is why I'm telling you, if you're interested in this technology of Poet, to wait, to watch, to see what's happening right here with this price. You see the price going down right now. It's going down, going down, going down. When you see a convergence, like right now on the 1 hour chart, the MACD, look at that giant jump. I wouldn't confirm that yet. I wouldn't use it as my confirmation because we saw that giant, massive green candle. If there's another one and another one, maybe then. When these lines cross over, guys, these lines, these red, yellow, green, blue lines are fantastic. Let's use over here as an example. Right here, you can see the lines. No, hold on. Oh, right here, you can see the lines converge and rotate and switch. You could have gotten in here at 780 Satoshis. Then you wait until they completely change over. I mean, you could have sold here using other indicators. You might have tried to sell up here. Might have tried to sell up here using other indicators. Let's close that down. There you go. Might have. Using, let's say, the MACD crossover right here, you might have sold up here for a much better profit up in the 1100 Satoshi range. Or you could have waited 100% for these lines to converge, which would have been right around here. Maybe here, or maybe here. But still, if you have waited patiently, just in case, because you never know if it went back up again, you would have sold in the 950 Satoshi range. Gotten in here at 700 Satoshis, gotten out at 900 Satoshis, or using MACD, you could have gotten out here at 1100 Satoshis to show you potential profit on that transaction. So you get in right here, blah, 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 blah. That is a 60% profit. 60% profit in 2 days, the 18th to the 20th. If you use the MACD to get out, or if you want to be absolutely sure, you could have gotten out right here and still made a 30% profit for when the lines crossed over. Beautiful, beautiful techniques. Very, very powerful. So again, that's why I'm telling you, wait until the lines switch. Don't just buy it on this green candle. You might be buying in FOMO. Don't FOMO into this. You could be buying in right here and thinking, oh, it's going to go up. But what if it continues to go down? You don't have any confirmation right now. So you wait until the blue, green, yellow go over the red, and it goes red, yellow, green, blue. Once you have that confirmation, whether that's a changeover on the MACD down here in the 1 hour, then you get in and you ride the wave until it's over just like this. That was my 3 coins that I feel are going to moon in February using fundamental analysis. They're fantastic projects, all for different reasons, and for using technical analysis combined together into a video that ended up longer than I expected. Once I get talking about this technical analysis stuff, I get super excited. I love it. It is so much fun. And I hope you guys are gaining some value from this video. If you found this video valuable, guys, share it with a friend, share it on social networks, and let other people make use of what I'm talking about here. And you can look at what I'm talking about and see the logic behind it. Again, don't buy in at stupid times, guys. Don't just buy in because you see this green candle going up. Wait for some confirmation from multiple different sources. Wait for the MACD crossover. Wait for the lines to converge and fan out like you're seeing right now in Icon, right? You're seeing that right now in Icon. You're seeing it fan out. You're seeing the MACD crossover. And I would wait until, for Icon specifically, until it confirms that it's past this stupid resistance line that has been trying to pass since halfway through January. Once you see that confirmation, get in on Icon. You could get in here and maybe profit, but if it bounces off resistance and go back down, be sure you sell out. If you guys want more information on what I'm talking about with all these charts and graphs, you have 2 choices. I've started to make some videos talking about these different graphs, these different charts. They're located on the channel. I'll put links in the description down below. I will also put links in the description down below to a beautiful Canadian gentleman who is fantastic and has 13 lessons, 13 tutorials on a playlist talking about all these different indicators that I'm showing you here in technical analysis. His name is Philocone. I will link his Twitter and I will link his YouTube playlist because he is awesome and I'm learning so much from him. And I'm hoping to bring that knowledge to you guys as much value as I can get my hands on. I'm still learning. I may be wrong on some of these things. Again, I'm not a professional financial advisor. All I am is a dude interested in crypto, just like you guys, trying to figure this out, learn along the way, and share that knowledge with you. All right? And as always, thank you very much for watching.